Wait a minute. Are we live? I saw something there saying that, something about my broadcast is not going to be. Are you kidding me? Don't do that to me. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know what I'm doing, as always. Wait a minute. Yes. Okay. Listen, we are here to talk about love, marriage. No, not love, marriage. Love, much love, Atlanta, something, something. All right. I'm here with my good friend Goody. Okay. We're going to be inviting Goody over here. Come on now. The Goody.
Hey y'all, hey.
What's going on? Wait, why is my screen like this?
Like what? More me, less you. Ow.
Something about this. Wait a minute. Do you see me? Of course you
I
see me.
can, but a part of you is missing. Your left eye, right eye.
Out.
There you
Is that
go.
better?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening because it was telling me that something about going live, my storage or something like this. I was like,
Okay, you live now. You've been live for a minute and 39 seconds.
are you kidding me?
No, that's what it says anyway. Let's get to it.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
What?
you give us no. You got to give me a rundown on the episode
Well,
because
but before we get to this, I want to hear your take on Monique and DL here situation
Euclid.
because everybody's talking about it, and I would want to hear what you have to say about that.
So I have a couple of things to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tons to say about it. We can start with the fact that I believe Monique to be very funny. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
her live
Mm-hmm.
a few times, and
Mm-hmm.
I think she's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that she does herself a disservice with the way she presents herself.
Mm-hmm.
We
What do
will
you mean?
also, I
What do you mean the way she presents herself?
like this whole exchange is not something I would have done for my profession. Like there's two ways you can see me. You can see me as the comedian, and you can see me as the comedian who's a business. Now, the way she handled herself, she handled herself as if she were in junior high playing the dozens. She did not handle herself as if she was a woman who had worked really hard for her comeback, was in the process of that comeback, and needed to do everything to secure her bag. You follow what I'm saying? She
Mhm.
also handles herself as a person who believes that this kind of drama accentuates her bullshit. But this is the thing. That's only necessary if you're not funny. She's funny.
Mhm.
She doesn't need anything to take away. She don't need the drama. She's funny. She has great comedic timing. Her content is good because her content is her telling stories. The last time I saw her live, she was talking about how um she knows she was a bitch,
Mhm.
and her husband is the one who changed that. So I want to preface my thoughts with saying I like Monique. I like her a lot. I also want to say that as it relates to DL, he's not really on my he's not in my line of vision, I'm not in his demo really, like maybe with age, but it's not that I don't think he's funny. I'm not looking for DL.
Mhm.
Um the last time I paid attention to him was when he was sounding off on Kanye West. And I
Yes.
believe that what he had to say with regard to Kanye West was accurate.
Mhm.
I say all of that to say this. I am capable of the detachment in a way that allows me to look at a situation and
Mhm.
see it for what it is.
Mhm.
I am not married to Monique, even
Mhm.
though I like her, nor am I married to DL.
Mhm.
They, at the end of the day, they are not going to make a difference in my life. That
Right.
said,
Right.
to me, there are a couple of things that are odd. You're doing this show, you have contractual information that wait, another thing I want to say.
Go
People are
ahead.
joking about the fact that Hicks Media is on is the one who was responsible for the contract. I want to be real. As a woman who is a creative and a big thinker,
Mhm.
if I'm doing something and it's on a public scale,
Thank
more
you,
likely than
Monique,
not,
for the super chat.
thanks, Monique. We ain't
Thanks
talking
so
about
much.
this, Monique. I want to also say we're talking about Monique, the comedian, not Monique Hill. No, but like as a creative and as a professional and as a woman with a network of people who know how to do a lot of things, it is more likely than not that if you see me on a stage, that my company or a company with me attached to it is going to be the one doing the management and the promotion. It's
Right.
not going to be a big brand. So I
Right.
don't want to discount the fact that her husband is her management and her management sent out contracts. I'm not
But
discounting that. But
you know, go ahead.
if my husband does my manager and I'm married to him, if my manager does my contract and that contract stipulates that I'm the headline, my manager is responsible for ensuring that happens. What do I mean by that? My manager is responsible for ensuring that all promotion indicates that I am the headliner. His name is not bigger
Mhm.
on the ticket. His picture is not bigger on the venue.
Mhm.
This is something that was promoted in advance and on the building 4 weeks before. It showed that DL's name was bigger. There's a reason why his contract and his paperwork stipulates nobody else's name is going to be bigger. Nobody, because for him, there is no confusion. When I show up, people know what it is. And that's what your management team is supposed to do. If 4 weeks in advance of the event, the venue looked like DL Hughley was the opener based on the font type being bigger and things of that nature, it's her manager's job to go to the promoters and say, hey, we're not doing this because based on the contract you stated, I am the headliner. And based on what we stated on paper, what I'm seeing in the real world is not aligning. Make it align or I'm not doing it. And then she could have filled out that way.
I feel for Monique. Monique is seeing this platform as way bigger. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like Monique is seeing this platform as way bigger than herself, bigger than her business, bigger than the money that she's getting in. And she keeps saying, because even in her life today, she kept saying, I'm speaking on behalf of those young
She's
Black women.
bullshitting us all. What she's saying is valid. Women get a hard go of it. But you know what doesn't help us? This. Anywhere we go, just by virtue of being Black, we have to show up 10 times better and more professional. Add to that the fact that we are women, is that we have to be more professional and look better than the men that follow us. That said, the way to look professional is to make sure that your management team is all over everything. So make sure your management team is on it. But if things fail and you see it falling apart, handle it professionally. Either go on and make DL wish he didn't have to follow you, or don't go on and tell them you'll see them in court, because there is paperwork. I'm not disputing her paperwork. What I'm saying is, whatever that paperwork said, what was on paper did not match what was in the real world insofar as promotions. Her management team failed her. And her management team failed her again when she had to take the bullet by verbalizing what was going on stage when she should have been being funny. That's your job, to be funny. Wherever you go, you got to be the funniest motherfucker in the room. And if you can't be the DL Hughley should have been like, damn, I had to follow that.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
another component of it.
Go ahead.
The way she presented herself made it seem like her and DL were backstage tussling or
Mm-hmm.
arguing, or DL was backstage yelling at her and calling her out her name and, bitch, why you think you would come after me? And or I would go, like, why would you think she presented this to the people in that room as if DL was backstage, like, you gotta be crazy. I'm a king of comedy. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
She hadn't spoken to DL. Right? She never spoke to him.
No, she never. Mm-hmm.
The last time she spoke to him, we'll get to that. But she didn't speak to him. It would not have been difficult for her to say to DL, hey, DL, Baltimore is my home state. I am on the come up. I have a lot riding on this. Let me headline. He might have said no, but he could not have said that she didn't try to deal with him man to man, comedian. I mean, man to woman, comedian to comedian, black person to black person. I love us for real means I love us for real. I love us for real means that I'm having a conversation with you, my brother. Thank you for doing this show because I know that people told you not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to ask you for something that may seem ridiculous, but one day it will all make sense. He could have been a part of her come up story. But now he's a part of what she always does. Now let's talk about the last time they spoke to each other. Because
Sheila, feel free to come over here. I sent you a link if you wanna come, if you wanna come over here, Sheila, you're always welcome.
Hey Kamisha, hey Sheila, hey Monique.
Sheila, if you feel like, I sent you a link over there. Go ahead. Goody, go ahead. You have a very good point. Go ahead.
Let's talk about the last time they spoke. They haven't spoken in years. As a matter of fact, he's doing the show because his co-host and maybe the man behind the board in his morning show told him, yo, it's different. Monique is on some other shit. So he's doing the show based on the people in the room at his morning show. Against his better judgment, she's been referred to him by the people he trusts. So they haven't spoken to each other in years. No. That's not the picture she painted when she got on that stage. Okay. They're going back and forth. It looked like they boxing it out. Mm-hmm. If it was a boxing match, they equal. And then her and her husband go live today. And when her and her husband go live today, what they revealed to us is, yeah, the contract was whack. We could have dealt with that, but I was always going to go in on DL. Well, why were you always going to go in on DL? Because I was down to his show once. When? Years ago. He wasn't there, but somebody, his co-host, the same one who vouched for her in the first place, his co-host asked me if I would play Would You Rather. Anybody knows if you're playing marry, sex, or unlive, right? Anybody knows that when you're playing those games, they're going to ask you some ridiculous, I'm about to blush things. Mm-hmm. So maybe she didn't know that because, she's from a different generation. I'm 47, but I stay out. I know what's going on. Maybe she didn't know. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So then they ask her a ridiculous question. Would you rather your man sleep with whatever, Lee Daniels, or would you rather he sleep with Karen Stefan, whose name is actually Elizabeth, if you ask her? Would you rather he sleep with Superhead without a condom? She's offended, as I would be offended. She opted out of answering the question. That's all good, fine, and dandy. She calls DL and he's like, well, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. She's mad at him because that's kind of how it goes. But anybody who plays that game knows that's kind of how it goes. Opt out.
Mm-hmm.
Opt out. You ain't got to play. Respectfully decline, because any of those questions that they're about to ask you, from my perspective, are always loose, slack, and beneath me.
Okay.
Opt out. But you didn't opt out. And when you spoke to him, he was like, that's how it goes. She took offense to it, like, oh, that's how it goes. What he was saying to her is, when you play those games, they ask you some intense things. She said, do not. She was offended. Mm-hmm. She said, do not play that on the ear. He didn't play it. We don't need to know that happened. There's no need for us to know that transpired. He didn't play it. That's where you got your respect. If they was really trying to make a mockery out of you, they would have played it and be like, "Oh, she have jokes, but she can't lose."
The mockery was already made.
No, made.
No. When you should have followed Michelle Obama's, when they go low, you go high. You already know.
What are we talking about? Because I'm talking about when she visited his morning show. He's not in the room. He's not in the room. He was out of office that day. Poor Craig.
Okay.
Poor Craig.
He's not innocent. He's not.
He's getting lit up. He's getting lit up on his day off. Nope. Y'all get caught up on if somebody's innocent. Melanie's not innocent. This ain't about innocence. This is about logic. DL has nothing to lose here. Monique has everything to lose. Monique
I completely agree.
Lose momentum.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
On her
this
incline.
Could be a setback for her. I'm sorry, ladies. I don't want to just jump in.
No,
go ahead, Sheila. Go ahead.
It could definitely be a setback for Monique in the direction that she's trying to go in. You know, I can see that she's definitely trying to make a movement, and it looks like she's trying to unite, Black women and empower.
You're not uniting Black women like this.
Well, she looks like that's what looked like her goal is. She's trying to.
She's trying to trigger Black women. She's
right, the way that
Black
she's doing
women.
That's what she's doing.
She's just trigger.
Yeah. Let me tell you why I'm saying trigger.
Okay.
When you do BS, because today what she explained had nothing to do with the show.
Right.
Monique,
I completely agree.
Anyone who's more emotional than logical, they always give me pause. Because you gonna mess up the bank.
Right. You're gonna mess the bag up.
I live by the premise that you should always be slow to offend.
Right.
Right.
But then
why
also she has a husband that encourages it. Good.
She did some bullshit.
The husband that encourages it.
What she did was BS. And because she did some BS, it could have gone either way. But when she did the BS, the only thing you can do, and the only people advocating for her are the women advocates. And I am a woman's advocate as well, but I do not advocate for BS. Because now you start a different argument. Now women, why? Because DL is problematic. He wasn't problematic that night. As per him, she was supposed to go on stage at 8:30, showed up at 8:48. Showed up 10 minutes before he showed up. He did not speak to her. That's something comedians do when they're forcing the promoter's hands.
Okay, so Goody, I'll tell you earlier, I was listening to Ricky Smiley, and he talked about this Monique and DL Hughley, and he also brought on Lou Nail and I think Kim Williams and a few other ones. Okay, but the point that I want to make is he said it's not unusual for them to be in different locations and be the headliner, but that night switch and let someone else headline. As long as the money, that's something that they're accustomed to doing. So in instance, if I'm in Baltimore, they would have let her headline. She would have been
didn't ask. You know why she didn't ask?
They do
because
that.
she's a perpetual victim, and her husband likes her in that space of being a perpetual victim. This is what's going on with her. She didn't ask because she thought he would say no. And her husband
does she have permission from the husband?
Pardon? No, listen. If you in my corner, you got my back, and I don't want to do something, but you think it's in my best interest and it's going to empower me, and if you in comedy and you know that if it's your hometown, that the people going like it's common, it's not unusual for you to want to open in your hometown.
It's not close.
He could have said to her, ask him. And when she said, nah, he gonna say no. But she's a victim. She just came from being blacklisted.
Right.
She think everybody's against her.
Yeah.
But she don't realize that the enemy's up in her bed. He benefits. He benefits.
No, he doesn't.
He benefits from her belief that he is the only one supporting her.
So you think the husband is the enemy?
The husband's the enemy because the husband's attached to every bit of her downfall.
I won't say that I don't know if I would go that far to say he's the enemy, but I do think he is a yes man, and he's not saying yes. He is calling shots. I don't think he's giving her objective advice. You know what I'm saying?
He's calling the shots.
Definitely one side.
He's calling the shots. Let me tell you something. I am a woman with a big personality, as many of the Kamisha mentees are. My personality is large. And people will suggest to me that the best way to get a partner is to small up myself. That's Indian for saying to make myself small. That's what they will tell you. You're being too much. That's what when people are insulting a woman, they call her too much.
Yes.
When I saw her live, she said she was too much, but he helps her become just enough. He helps mold her. That's the story. That's why he's daddy.
That's right.
Some parents don't like to let you go. Because when some parents let you go, you become. That's why some mothers don't let go their sons. Because once I'm independent, you're useless. That's the idea. Someone who was supporting her and loving her will be like, yeah, you know what, Mo? Ask him. Yeah. He might say no, but no ain't going to kill you. And then she could have made it a part of the joke. Hey, y'all. What's up, Baltimore? You know I love y'all. Y'all know I should be opening. But DL said no.
She wanted to close. She wanted to close. She should have been closed.
She wanted to close, but the closing is not necessary. Be funny. Make him regret having. Make him regret. She's that funny. But I told you I saw her. I've seen her. You know where I saw her?
In Bronx.
The Chitlin Circuit. These little comedy clubs. And that's why DL doesn't want to open for her. Because he can be in the Barclay. She can't sell out a Barclay.
Right.
No, he has it. And I'm not saying he's way funnier than her. What I'm saying is he has a platform that he speaks to people every single morning. He is a part of some people's morning.
Yeah.
That's a staple in their life. He could sell out. A stadium.
Like you said, he reaches a millions and millions more people than Monique is reaching. But another thing, and again, I'm going back. The comedian said earlier today. They said, and I'm with them. They said, if I do my set, I don't care who come behind me because my set gonna be so tight. You're gonna have to step up another level to outdo me. So
I hope you got some freestyle jokes in.
What? So I just feel like Monique, being the person she is, you mean to him, she couldn't go in there and kill it. You understand? And say, funny. Next DL Hughley, and left and dropped the mic and walked out.
Not only is she funny, she has a story to tell that she could have told in such a way.
Like that. Why is the husband telling the story? Why is the husband telling the story?
The husband, he need to be behind the scenes. And if he was more focused on being behind the scenes, he would have seen that they weren't promoting this. he would have seen they wasn't promoting it right.
Exactly. You don't look at the marketing material. You don't look at the tickets. You don't look at the posters. You don't look at none of that. What the hell do your team do?
But you're here to tell the story of molestation. You're here to tell us about your wife was.
Ma, you better stop. I was like, wait a minute. At 7 years old.
I was so disgusted by the fact that it transpired that I did not even look. Let me tell you something. Women in comedy have it hard because men don't believe women can be funny. But she's funny. She should have made him regret having to follow her.
Exactly. That's what she
should have made an ally instead of an enemy. Then you're going to tell me he watched the Mike Tyson fight in 1996 at your house? And that coming to your house is a special event where you invited him and 10 people from his audience? You don't know them people? And if you could invite them, then it's not really that special going over your house then, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she should have done. And then she could have talked shit about it later and say, you know what? I killed it. That's what you do, women. Sometimes instead of going low, we go high. We go high.
She don't even have to go high.
When I was watching that live,
just
do it. The husband is the one who's telling the story about molestation. I was like,
I was watching Jamie's Corner. I saw her.
What was the point of that? Why
was they on Jamie's Corner?
What does it have to do with
by her brother? Did you hear what he said about her brother? That's like family jewels. Who's dropping family jewels on social media about her? And
Monique has told this story.
It doesn't matter. That's the point. The point is there's a place for everything. And Monique don't seem to be able to focus on what her point is. She everywhere.
So she did herself a disservice going live. But I watched this on Jamie's Corner earlier, and Jay Lee brought it, because I wasn't paying attention. I was listening. But even the way the camera was set up, he was the focal point of that friggin' shot. She in the corner. She in the corner. This is her trying to tell the story.
Exactly. Yep, that's
and then you want to talk about DL's his brother. DL ain't your brother. DL don't know you. And he don't want to know you because every story attached to you doing business
is a problem.
It's half-assed. Because I think what really happened is the reality is Sydney ain't follow through on some things. Following through looks like, yo, I see that on the building, Monique's name is not as big as it needs to be. She's the headliner. Does everyone know she's the headliner?
I told you that today, Maud.
You did.
I'm a headliner. You did. I'm sorry, my picture gonna be bigger than everybody else.
Picture gonna be bigger, name gonna be first, and the check gonna be you.
My name gonna be the big name on the ticket. All that. I mean, you've been in the industry 30 years. I ain't even been in the industry, and that's not gonna happen for me. You know what I'm trying to say? I got standards.
Ain't no way on God's green. This man is not an ally for her business. He may be an ally for her heart, but he is not an ally for her business. And she needs to see the forest for the trees.
Well, you can forget that. That's not gonna happen. From the date and from all that Monique does, you can forget that. I just hope, I hope they can, I don't know. I ain't gonna say I hope they can resolve it because it's not gonna be resolved. I just hope it go ahead and just die. You understand? I hope she stops.
It's not gonna
us black women. How she
and that's the only reason why I feel bad about the situation because it is.
She ain't doing it for us. You can stop feeling bad. She can stop. She don't love us for real.
She can stop capping for black women. If this is what she.
When she talking about, I love y'all for real. In a world where most people have cut the cord and don't have access to TV, and they was paying $9.99 and all the people were sharing the Netflix password. Her loving us for real, from her perspective, including people not using Netflix, which was one of the only sources they had to watch shows. Don't use that because they doing me dirty. I love us for real. They doing me dirty.
Well, my thing too, Monique always seems to come from a place where she's helping us. She's looking down.
Right, all the time.
You understand? Like you always like up picking us up. You know, let me pick the little black ladies up. Let me put something in y'all head because y'all don't know what y'all doing.
Right.
I see y'all moving to the left instead of the right.
Y'all don't go to the airport when you wear your bonnet and everything else.
Yeah, she's always giving us a message. But how you giving us a message when you higher than us? We in the trenches and you above the trenches trying to reach down and help us? Like, can you sometimes come from a place where we can identify with you and we in it together? Because you always come from somewhere like you're always preaching to us.
She thinks she is coming from a place because she thinks we all run through and we all, people like
we don't know what's going on, and let me tell you something. Make a fool out of us. I'm like,
people don't hear your truth when you yelling it. She could have done that show and been backstage like y'all wouldn't believe on tweeting. Y'all wouldn't believe what just happened to me. Build suspense.
Right.
Then go live. Then we would have known you did the show. Because without this, I ain't even know shit about the show.
Me either. I ain't know she was still. I thought she last I heard she was getting ready to be on 50 Cent show. That was the last I heard about Monique, and I was happy for her. I was like, all right.
And I'm still happy for her. I still want that success for her.
And now Monique done, And what he said
that for her. But
why is it every time when we hear your name, it's got to be like a puddle of dust coming behind you? You know, I'm following you. Why got to be?
Because she doesn't think it can be any other way.
Exactly.
When people are used to struggling, when people are used to fighting, when people are used to BS, they can't see a way where the path is easy. So what they do is they create chaos wherever they go. Another thing, don't go after somebody who has an every morning platform. That's just not going to work out for you.
Well, I mean, at our age, if you are so about keeping it real, you have a conversation with people. You know what I'm saying? You talk to people. She never even talked to this man, and she ripped him a new one on stage that night. You understand? Come on. It's just this. She's too old and grown to talk to him and see if that's how it is. Because from my understanding, it happens all the time, and people.
It was clearly a promoter's issue.
Not affected.
When she showed him her paperwork,
and he showed her his paperwork. What about the promoters? We ain't heard from them. Where they at? How many days?
You know what? They're speaking to other promoters, telling them, "Damn, as soon as we booked her, look at what she did." That's where the promoters at. They talking to other promoters.
Yeah, but it's been 2 days. Don't you need to come and step up and
they don't need to do nothing. All they need to do is be like, I ain't booking her no more.
Hey,
they gotta go to court with her because they gave her paperwork stipulating she was the headliner. Right. They gotta deal with that.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is you calling out DL, but you hadn't called out these promoters one time. You hadn't called them out at all. Why is it he has identical paperwork as far as the show schedule that she has, but they switched the headline? Who typed that up? That's shady right there to type 2 different kind of show schedules up.
People who trying to fleece you, but that's not unheard of when you.
I get it. I know, Goody. I'm with you. I understand, but I'm saying Monique been in the game so long, and she didn't pick up on that, and even now she's still not saying nothing about the promoters. She getting all this backlash. She's sitting there with her husband, and she's still not saying, "Well, maybe you know."
She's not sitting. She's sitting with her husband. Let her sit because he had the whole seat, and she just she's scooching on to the side. Trying to get into the camera.
I don't know.
You call everybody out.
You know, for all the time, every time that I have seen Monique, I feel like she's taking up the fight of a black woman. All right,
you don't got to take up the fight.
No.
You know what? You want to know the best way to be my ally? Go out there, show them what you got. I'm funny as hell.
Me too.
Personally, I'm fucking hilarious. Go show them that women could be funny.
Exactly.
Do me that thing.
But what do you do? What do you do when you feel you're not being respected? What do you do when you feel like
you demand respect on paper?
Wait a minute. What do you do when you feel like I'm giving it all I'm giving it my all, but I'm not being taken seriously on the money over here. I'm not talking about anything else than the money, all right? And then again, the people I expect to support me are the ones who are coming after me. Like, what's
Who'd she
going
expect to
on?
support her? DL didn't go after
Black
her.
women.
Wait,
Black
this is
women.
another component of the thing. I was an MC. Right? She's like, how he told them he gotta be the headliner. You didn't speak to him. He might have said that, but that's his job. His job and his management team's job is to advocate for the best of his interest. Yes, he said, yo, I'm the headliner. Yes, he said that. Because that's what you're supposed to say. As an MC, you don't go into some place and be like, I'm good, but there's other MCs that are better than me. Nah, you be like, nah, I'm the best motherfucker out there. Why would I open for you?
Right.
Why would I open for you? You better get in line. You better let them figure it out. They'll tell us which one they appreciate the best. Oh, it's me? I thought so. Because I'm going to advocate for what's right for me. And your job, your management team's job is to advocate for what's right for you. But y'all gonna figure this out, because I've known this for like decades. The hardest thing is to be the talent and manage the business of the talent.
Exactly, I agree. Yes, but then you
manage my own.
So are we faulting the husband?
Yes. No, we're not. He's a great husband. She loves him a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm faulting the manager. It just so happens to be the same person.
Oh.
The manager was asleep at the wheel.
Ouch.
The husband might show up every single day, but the manager, he let 4 weeks go by with the wrong promotion. That's on the manager. It's hard to be on your own promotion team and be the talent. It's easy for us right here in this space, in this moment, because the business ain't that big yet. But what did Tasha K do once she started getting big? She hired Chelsea, didn't she?
Yeah.
You hire people to handle things that you don't have the bandwidth to handle. Now, of course, something's awry because she has to have the bandwidth. Hey, Dina.
No, I thought she was here. I think that was just me. I thought I saw Dina.
She was.
Okay, good. Okay, I wasn't. Okay.
Well, you follow what I'm saying? Like, she don't got the bandwidth to make sure that promotion's done correctly. She trying to get, we don't know. 50 could have her reading for BMF. She's busy. She's otherwise occupied. Her management team, her legal team, her publicist should be at the table. When DL shows you that he has a team, you think that UIA has one person handling his business? There's an office for the publicist. Anybody who, if he sees something ain't going good, yo, I don't like the PR surrounding this. Somebody get it under control. And then he goes back to being on the radio. Call me when it's fit.
Without a doubt.
I know what I'm paying you for. And I don't pay you no penny, so make it make sense.
Right.
Yeah, and Monique should be involved with that anyway, because she's the creative talent. You understand?
Mixing business with pleasure. Don't mix business with pleasure, though.
Right. But see, I think at a point when you get too big, like, okay, I think it's fine to have your partner as your manager, maybe in the beginning. But once you get to a certain level, you need to go out and get an outside team.
But this dude has been appearing everywhere. Everywhere Monique is there, he's there.
Yeah, he needs to be there as her husband.
He did not have to be on this line. It was between Monique and DL. Has nothing to do with him.
Let me tell you.
He's over there talking about molestation. What does that have to do?
Let me tell you a secret.
You're right, Ron. You're so right, Lord.
One of the most popular celebrities today was dating a popular celebrity. I'm not going to say any names.
Okay.
When the popular celebrity, female, walked the red carpet and the other popular celebrity thought they were going to walk with her, where are you going? I will meet you down at your seat. I am doing press and I will catch you later. This is about me. It's not about you. Go and sit down. You follow what I'm saying? You don't need to be on the red carpet. If you on the red carpet, who talking to the people to make sure that who making sure that my green M&Ms are all there?
Me?
If I get up in that room and there's a red M&M, that means you weren't doing your job.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. You're right. Real talk. But you would hold somebody else accountable more than you're gonna hold your spouse or your partner.
That part, Sheila.
This man, exactly.
In public,
you that's your partner. Like that's your, whatever your soul ties. Your soul ties can be your
think that everybody.
That is a downfall for her. That's a downfall.
She thinks everybody's against her. If she didn't think everybody was against her, she could have been like, "Yo, DL, what they told you? Because this is what they told me." Exactly. And he would have been like, "Yo, they playing both of us." Right. Because what if we didn't have this discussion? We would be trying to take each other's heads off.
Right. God.
And then they could have done what they needed to do to the promotion team.
Exactly. They could have handled that promoters. They could have handled them. No show. You want to play us? No show. Give us more money. And then he could have let Monique.
Or don't ever do this again. We hip. We taught to each other. But you know why they thought they could do that? They know that Monique ain't going to have no regular conversation with anybody.
No, not long she got daddy.
And you know what I want people to do too? Because one of the knocks she gave DL, and one of the things he takes a lot of smoke for, is answers he gave to this dude Vlad from Vlad TV.
Which was?
I want y'all to stop going over to Vlad TV. Because 9 times out of 10, when somebody go down to Vlad TV, they come up with dirt on them.
I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
Vlad TV is this gentleman. He's not black, but it's a hip hop. It's a urban culture blog. Mm-hmm. He has, I'm not saying that him not being black plays a role.
I'm saying that. Go ahead.
I saw a meme today
because I'm tired of people.
Meme today.
I'm tired of people. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You ain't black. You don't get to tell the story. Go ahead, Goody.
I saw a meme today that said DJ Vlad be like, "Walk me through your first murder." He be asking questions like that, and the people come singing. He's like drill music. They gonna snitch on themselves throughout his whole interview. Stop going down to the Vlad TV. Left them alone. Vlad TV ain't gonna be. It's not in your best interest. Cause he's not gonna. He wouldn't like the kind of interview I'd be doing. I'd be like, yeah, I plead the fifth on that one. Not.
I actually don't know who that is.
That question makes me uncomfortable, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. A word you heard that? I ain't hear that. You heard that? I ain't hear that. Oh, wow. You heard that? Wow. But our whole interview will be like, wow. People tell you a lot of foolishness. I had nothing to do with that. They wouldn't like the kind of interview I gave them. They'd be like, yo, I've never seen someone say so much nothing before. And I'm sure there would be tons of memes of me saying, wow. Wow.
Right.
So that's what I have to say about Monique. You ready to talk about these messy matchmakers?
Oh, we are gonna be talking about that. About Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm ready. Matchmaker, love match Atlanta.
What were they saying?
Huh? Oh, with the people that he gets to talk, they spill their guts. Let me tell you something. We heard the last time we heard from DL is because of some stuff he said about Kanye. He was down to the Vlad TV saying it. And in that same interview, they asked him about Monique. And that's what she vexed at today.
Oh.
So Vlad TV is arming your enemies with the reason to be more mad at you. So
really,
I am so off of Monique and her. Like, it's been too much. If she was really talking about the promotional, if it was just about the event, we wouldn't have heard about him coming down to her house to watch a Tyson fight in '96. Let me tell y'all, my son is 25. He was born in 1996. I don't talk about my son as much as she's talking about this fight that happened. And I love my son. I love him for real. She needs to stop. Let's move on.
He is thinking of marrying. Why does this girl reminds me of Dr. Heavenly of Love and Married? No. Married to Medicine. Why does she remind me of Married to Medicine? Why does this girl reminds me of that? And why is this guy thinking that he's now serious and ready to marry this girl? He's not.
You ready?
Go ahead.
She looks a bit like Dr. Heavenly, especially
even the way she speaks. She reminds me of Dr. Heavenly. Everything she does.
She's a beautiful woman. He's a beautiful man. I feel like if he marries her now, is to say that he did it. I feel like they have a lot more testing to do for themselves. What, they've been together less than a year? I don't know why people are speeding towards marriage. I understand it's important to be married, but I understand more that it's important to be married to the right person. You don't know if the person you're marrying is the right person. If you're marrying them when the world is closed, if you haven't gotten a chance to test their steel, if you haven't gotten an opportunity to see the measure of a man, he's not ready to be the man that you spend the rest of your life with. And that's the thing that people don't realize. The desire to be married should not trump
the desire. She's over it. She just want to get married. She's like, I just want to get married.
Do they live together?
Yes.
That's crazy to me.
Yes.
That's nuts. They've been together less than a year. He has a son. I'm not sure if she has children. If I'm his co-parent, I got a problem with him bringing a stranger into his home where he's going to want my child to spend overnight visits. I don't know this chick. You gonna have to see my son at a park or something. My son's not spending the night at your house. You're not doing that. That's not going to be a part of what we do until I get to know the lady. She could be the kind of person who pretends to like the son and just to get
because
married.
Of the money.
Yeah, or to get married. And then how much money is he making if he feels like 17,000 is too much for a ring?
And she's over here. She's the one who's been pushing him to, get there with the business. The clients, remember this episode, she has been receiving calls and he's asking her, oh, how come I'm not receiving this call? You're the only one who's receiving these calls. The girl is over here doing what she needs to do.
She's running his business to make sure that he needs her for everything.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it, but it wouldn't be my son.
I'm still feeling some type of way because they have not found a matchmaker for this girl. Listen.
I don't feel bad that they haven't found her a match.
Why?
Because perhaps they're not meant to find her a match. I don't, if I'm honest, I don't like the, I feel like
we are always going to be on the platform. Go ahead.
What's her matchmaker's name? What's the matchmaker's name?
Shay.
I feel like Shay feels that she's too big and too much to find him. Shay seems like she's scared that she's not going to find a match to her. Shay seems like she thinks she's doing her a favor by even looking, and that's not who I want on my team.
I don't think Shay
Shay's scared. Shay's like, oh, you know, we're in Atlanta. People are so superficial.
No,
she's a pretty woman.
I don't think Shay is scared. Shay has been saying that, this somebody is anybody that I want to match is this girl over here. All right.
She wants to match her, but she feels like she is going to be a heavy lift because in Atlanta, they want them to be skinny and light.
People,
If that's all you have in your database, then your database isn't as big as it needs to be, and you need to go make nice with your man.
So then, what do you think about Scott? What is his name? Let me see. I wrote my notes over here. What do you think about
Scott, the guy?
Who left the dinner, the date? Because
I'm not feeling like there's a couple of things I feel about him. He's a workaholic, which doesn't make him different than their other clients, right? Because most of the people coming to all of these matchmakers are coming because they're so busy they can't do it themselves.
It's our client.
I think people have to come to terms with the reality that every culture does not respect what Black culture respects.
Right.
I don't know if he's Black or not.
He's not.
I can tell you,
but
that
you have to remember that
Ming, if he's mixed,
Ming
he's not 100%.
Does not care. But Ming is not about Black love. Ming is about class love. All right.
Okay,
that's
tell
why
me if y'all heard this. You ready? I saw a Twitter conversation. I believe it was a Twitter conversation. And in the conversation, they were talking about something that's cultural, and I think Dutch in Sweden. You want to know what that thing is?
What's that?
If you go over to somebody's house, and like if I send my child to someone's home and they're playing and my child is going to spend the night, the people in that house don't believe that they are responsible for feeding the child. You follow what I'm saying?
I am.
What I saw was somebody said they were at their friend's house playing, and the kid's mom called them and was like, yo, come for dinner. And the kid looked at them and was like, okay, you're going to wait here while I go downstairs and eat? Now, in Black culture, you don't do that. You don't eat in front of people. Right? Because that's not hospitality. We all about hospitality. What I'm saying to you is this. Scott don't have the same values that we have as Black folk. He didn't
so why are you
necessary
why are you hooking him up with a Black woman?
Because he said he probably has a Black woman fetish.
Girl.
He want a baddie. He wanted to be Black.
I am paying you $2,500 not to play games. And you're here telling me you just did not know about it?
I want to go back to this.
Go ahead.
Not too long ago, we found out that washing your legs in the shower was not something that we all did. Every time I take a shower and I'm scrubbing my legs, I'm like, I can't believe they don't wash their legs. We only know about that because it's so common to them to not wash their legs that they talking about it. He wants to date a Black woman or whoever. He's matched with a Black woman, but he don't know what he don't know. He was fine leaving her at that bar.
There's nothing about Black women. There's nothing about Black women about you, Scott. Leaving any woman, doesn't matter, Hispanic, Black.
Guess what? Scott don't have the same values that we have. Scott lacks what the West. Scott don't have no brought up. See, he ain't raised right. Because there's no way you leaving a woman at a bar and rushing out. Like if your pants are on fire. Your pants ain't on fire. 30 seconds to get everything settled out and take her to her car and explain to her what's going on ain't gonna do you a disservice. So Scott either didn't realize what he was doing was so rude, or he didn't like her. But even not liking her, what he did is rude. There's not.
I don't think
you're not a gentleman. You got me out here at this bar. We both know I make money because we both using old girl to set us up on dates.
Mm.
You leaving
What
me
about
out here to get got?
What
You
about
got
G?
manners, huh?
What about G?
I feel like the duo is giving problematic advice. On one hand, I get it. We could all do a lesson on how to be softer, right? We could all do a lesson on. I definitely could do a lesson on how not to be so.
The duo is Kelly and Tanner. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the duo's advice to women is like, lower your voice like this.
Yes.
And don't be
your
so
business is
this, and don't be so that. What about I'm me and I'm paying you to find somebody who likes me? I know you could give me some advice and I could listen to that advice. But if that advice requires me to diminish myself in any way, shape, or form, why am I paying you? I'm too old a dog for you to teach new tricks. Not to say that your advice is invaluable, but let's say that I soften my tone for my first date, second date, and third date. And believe me, I have tried this as a woman who is single and dating. I have tried to soften my tone on the first, and it worked. I was excellent at it. I'm actually raised to do it. But by the fourth date, I was like, yo, check this out. I don't even like this. So now I'm going to the extreme because I'm so uncomfortable with this softness. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a softness to you. But I'm saying whatever causes you to be hard, I'll tell you what, I soften up in the presence of a real leader. I soften up when I can trust that I can let my guard down, and you are going to navigate the terrain in a way that's going to get us home all safe.
I listen.
You don't have to tell me to soften up under those circumstances.
Right.
It's natural.
I still don't understand why people pay so much money to be hooked up to see somebody that you're not
even surprised if any of the dates on this show end up in actual matches.
Girl.
Thoroughly surprised, like, oh wow. 5 years later, and they could tell us that they got matched on I don't know if Demeter is there. I think Demeter said either Demeter or while I was watching her sister, someone said that they tried to sign up for Yamin Joseph's app and it was difficult to like you couldn't sign up. There was no response to the sign up. Like it wasn't everything that they said it should be, the RBL or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I do want to say Shay does really well. Shay's a hell of a parent. She's a hell of a parent. I love it. Her interaction with her son
was beautiful.
Was beautiful to me.
Beautiful. And I'm so proud of the way she's raised. But Goody, I want you to speak on that though. I want you to speak on that because many of us who are raising sons, they have taken so much of our emotional situation so that you do not even have to ask them to be the head of the family. You don't have to ask them about being the man in the house. But when you go out there and you have your heart broken, you come here crying, your son is the one who is picking up pieces. Did you see him walking away with a child?
He got very protective. And there's something, his care for his sister is natural because big brothers are definitely going to step in and care. But it's he's guarding her more like a parent and less like a brother. right? And I get it because she is a part of him and I think it's beautiful. But what I love that Shay did, especially, was she's like, you're still a child. My son is
He has
25.
not been allowed, though. He has not been
No, he's
allowed
been
to be a
I believe
child.
I believe he has
I'm
been
not going to
allowed
have
to
a
be a child.
conversation. I'm not going to have a conversation with my son telling me things like that because I
I
have not
think it's
allowed this.
necessary. It's necessary, and I'll tell you why. It's necessary to have an adult discussion with your adult child. You're not a child anymore. I am looking to date. This is what's happening. This is why I'm looking to date. A part of her why is flawed. Instead of looking to date someone who could be a father figure to her daughter, she would be best. It would do her better to make sure that she could find a way for her daughter's father to be that father figure. I don't know
That's
what
what
the
I'm
situation
saying.
is. I don't know
That's
what
what
the situation is. And I might not be the best person for this part of the discussion because I have never a day in my life been a single mother. I'm a single woman, not a single mother.
Oh, I love that.
That said, sometimes women, and I'm not even going to add a color, think that the only thing a man can add to the table is financial. And sometimes men shrug away from the responsibility of being a dad because they can't bring the money to the table. I've never been in a situation where my son lacked for anything. His father has always done very well in taking care of him. But even if his father were a brokey McJokey, the one thing that I've always needed is my alone time. So all 25 years, I've always had 2 days minimum that were just about me. He's with his dad. I'm doing me. That is so important. And many women, many mothers don't see how important it is. If that man can't show up and give you the money for babysitting, then he needs to show up and take his child so that you can have a moment. And it's not something that you should have to beg for. These are your days. I'll see you on those days. What happened? You're not here. Don't worry. He's not hungry. I sent food. My son's father can't cook. When he was going to his dad's house for 2 days, here you go. Here's the food for my child. I put a little something you could eat too, but make sure the boy eat. Here you go. Time is as valuable as money. And the ability for the man to give you some of your time back, to reclaim some of your time, is invaluable. Now, a lot of men are problematic and don't want you to have time because she better not be dating. What? Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm doing just fine.
Okay.
But, I can't speak to what their issue is, but I will say this. As a mother to a son, I've always tried to make sure that my son understood that my pain wasn't his pain. But when I ended my 10-year relationship, he was 11. That was was he 11? 96, 2006. Well, he wasn't 11. He was older. I ended the relationship in 08. He was born in 96. Y'all
Right.
do the math. I had to have the discussion because this was someone he was around for 10 years. And all he said to me, I was like, I'm not getting married, like I thought and I was like, does this make you sad? Mom, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. That's what he had to tell me. I'm sure that he was hurt by the fact that this man wouldn't be around as often, but he never became a part of my
pain
experience.
Right.
Now her son is being guarded because that's what boys do. Boys guard you. And the way she handled that, I think what she said to him probably put him on guard. I need a father figure. No, you don't. Stop bringing these weirdos around. Her father's probably the result of you saying you needed a father figure for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, You brought dude around to be a father figure for me. Then you have another child and you're trying to bring another dude to be a father figure for her.
To be honest with you, this is something that I've struggled with, to see many Americans, because Africans, we don't do those things. We don't. Things? Like sharing your, like the things that you're not supposed to be talking to your children about.
I believe in transparency with my son.
No.
To a certain extent. My son's not going to know anything about my sex life.
No. That's not transparency. You have been hurt over there on the streets. You don't have to come to tell your children about that.
No. My son doesn't know anything about the actual.
Is what I'm saying. But
he doesn't know all of those intricate details. What he will know is because you're raising children to be adults.
No.
You are raising children to be adults. Yes. It's inevitable. They grow to adults, right? But I'm not even a mother. I'm his mother, but right now I don't operate in mommy mode. I operate in mentor mode.
That comes with age. I have seen children 10, 12, 13, 14. These are children. These are young kids. You don't have to unload on, he did this to me. He did this to me. He did this to me.
Because what you do when you tell your son what the world has done to you is you put your son in defense mode, and now your son's ready to fight people that he ain't got no business ready to fight. He's trying to protect you when your job is to protect your child. So my son, but that's not even just for my son. Like, I'm not the kind of person who weaponizes my femininity to the point whereby I would encourage men to fight. You follow what I'm saying? If I can't handle the situation on my own, you're not going to hear about how I'm going to get my brother and my father. My brother's a nut, and he has a lot to lose. If I tell my brother somebody did something to me, he's driving around with a black hoodie looking for him. And he has a lot to lose. So I don't weaponize the fact that if I can't handle the situation, I disengage from it. If you disrespect me in the store and I'm like, well, why would you disrespect me? I'm not being disrespectful to you. And the person is super ignorant. All right, you got it. I'm not bringing anybody back here because I'm not going to have any black man's blood on my hands. Well, all of that to say, she's saying the wrong thing to her son, but she's saying the wrong thing to herself. He's telling her, he will protect, I'm here for a father figure. No, she said the right thing to him. No, you're in college and you need to enjoy that. But he knows how gullible, because even if you don't tell your children are very intuitive, and children
they can read. They can read
it. Yeah. So he don't want her bringing some other person around to do the same thing. He wants her to break whatever cycle she has going on. Because I can almost promise you that little girl's father was brought around to be his father figure. And people used to ask me, when are you going to have another child? You have a built-in babysitter. And I'd say, no, I don't. My son is very busy and he has a whole life that he has to live. So he won't be watching some child that I don't know yet. I don't know the child, this fictitious child. I don't know that child. I know the child that I have now, and I know the future I want for the child I have now. And it doesn't include babysitting.
There you go. So then, why isn't the husband showing up on her birthday? Is what I want to know.
Those people ain't together. Them people ain't together.
So why is she crying? Why is she crying?
She's crying because she knows they're not together. She's crying because, as a matchmaker, being in a healthy relationship is beneficial. And she's about to not be in a healthy relationship, and the world's about to know that.
And I can bet that the husband is white.
Yeah. I don't know, because they're not showing him. I wouldn't be surprised. because she's really big on interracial dating.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with her running around pretending to have a husband when she knows that she's in. I wouldn't be surprised if she's separated and he don't even live down there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the passion moment.
I just Googled the husband is white.
Yeah, she's too adamant about finding colorblind love.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you can't make your colorblind love work, why would I give you $100,000 or whatever ridiculous fee she's charging?
There you go.
I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So she's crying because the failure of her marriage could leak into other things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she's crying. I don't understand why she thinks that Shay is more ghetto.
I know. Like, why are you not inviting her? I didn't. It doesn't make sense. Why
Paris was the one coming at Shay?
Excuse me.
And
it did not make any sense.
And the duo was the one.
Yes.
That caused the drama. She just don't like Shay because Shay thinks that what she's doing is more escort service than matchmaking.
Mm-mm. She got married in 2012. Ming. Okay. They've been married from 2012.
I mean, okay, you know,
they have no children together.
It's not a real marriage. It's not even a real feature of the show. It's just something they have to say. All of them are trying to justify why they're single. And Shay was very depressed because when she became single, because you shouldn't be single and telling people you could find them love.
But these two over here, well, I know Kelly was talking to the boyfriend, okay? But I don't know about Tana. Tana, I have not seen anything about her. Kelly has introduced her to my
trying to play it safe.
Huh?
Tanner's trying to play it safe, but the reality is that taking on the goal or task of finding love for others will jeopardize what you have because it requires you to be too much of other people's business and not focus on your own.
Girl. That right there. That right there.
Child.
The wisdom, Goody, the wisdom.
But yeah, like it goes without saying, people are not. You can't focus on your own romance. I don't know if you're watching Love and Hip Hop Resort. No, on VH1. No. Oh, sorry, I'm lying. Couples Retreat.
Yeah, I saw something.
I mean, so Claudia Jordan is on it, and if you know Claudia Jordan, you know her. She's down to the people thing with Funky Geneva and Star Jones.
Why is she there? I did not know she's. Why is she in couples?
She has a relationship, and the man's problem with her relationship is she's always online. She's always on social media. That's 100% her job. That's her job. I believe that when you're a matchmaker and your job is to be in other people's business and, you know, what do you like? And I don't think that men want you to be asking other men what they like and what kind of woman do you prefer. Imagine you in a meeting and your husband sitting down there and what kind of women do you prefer? The dude says, no, but listen, and the dude says, oh, I like chocolate women from Kenya with blue hats on. Then your husband looking like, well, what? Like your job is to speak to single men who have money? That's gonna be a problem.
But I also I cannot. Social media is making people go crazy on many things.
Does your husband have a social media presence?
Nope.
By choice, or you are the by choice, or you the boss? Oh Lord, y'all see this now? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
Listen, he has nothing. Listen, I'm representing the family. That's it. That's it.
So he don't got no social media presence?
No.
Let me tell you, I have a sister, and her husband had an Instagram page, and he was liking the IG models pictures with their butt, and she was like, "What? You liking these pictures? What does this say about your marriage?" And child, he shut down the social media, and the next thing you know, all of his friends was like, they go to her page to be like, tell him I said happy birthday. Or then you see the people who share a social media page. Wouldn't be me. I like to do what I like to do.
In this household, I represent social media street. That's it. Nobody else.
So that's not a problem for you in your union, like, because you represent the social media. This takes a lot of time and energy. He don't be like, hey,
he does. Yeah, he does. He does. Like,
put the phone down.
He doesn't understand. Like, are you kidding me? Does anybody has to contact you on Facebook? Even people who are not your friends are like, yeah, but I don't have to respond to anything. Okay. But he's not. Let me handle that. You go over there and work. Leave the social media to me.
It makes sense that these relationships, as a matter of fact, a long distance relationship like Kelly's might be the best because he don't have to see her all day, every day being on social media.
That part.
My relationships work best when they be over their house and I be over my house. And I pretend to put my phone down. But I just learned that a couple of years ago. The number one thing, there are a few things that men say about me that if you put them all in a room, they will say about me. One of those things
is what?
Yo, why she always got her phone in her hand when you with her, but when you're not with her, she's not answering the phone. Right? So
oh my gosh.
And my response to that used to be, well, if I'm with you, I'm not with my son. And if I'm not with my son, I need to be able to answer the phone whenever. And when I'm with my son, it was an excuse. It was an excuse. It was more or less, leave me alone and let me handle
you and
my business that I'm handling. Mind your phone, and they don't think you want to touch me. There's no going through my phone. I don't want you to see who I'm talking, and it don't really have anything to do about scandaloso. It doesn't have anything to do with the scandal, and everything to do with I don't want you to see what I be talking about.
Oh man!
Whatever I'm talking about, whoever I'm talking to, I don't want a man going through and going into our group chat. What are you doing in our group? Mind your damn business. You don't need. That's
You're
right.
living your best life.
I be living my life, and that's why I think the perfect union for me includes dude having some days to himself and me having some days to mine, so I could do all of my foolishness on my time. That's how it's worked best for me in the past. Anyhow, the man was around me more than not. He got a problem with my social media. You're addicted to social media. Mind your damn business.
Well, my husband had to, understand it because I was not going to let it go. Okay. So you're going to have to choose your battles. Do I have to keep fighting over, I'm always on my phone? Okay.
I am always on my phone.
It's what I'm saying. Even me.
I got 2 phones.
Focus on what you're doing. Leave me alone.
I have 2 phones and I'm on my laptop, and don't let me break out the iPad to get funky with it. Get it. Be the man for me is gonna let me. I'm also not the person to be like, yo, why you in your phone? I understand why you in your phone. You could be doing a whole bunch of cheating on your end. That's none of my business. Just make sure I don't know. Do it respectfully, like Marcel Scott.
No, we are not doing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cheat respectful.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
You see Demeter saying you got to promise some special favors to your hubby for the social media time?
No. He's not
Ma
doing.
be fronting. Ma acting like she the relationship thug, bro. Ma probably be like, okay.
No,
give her whole schedule. I'm going
never,
live on.
Never.
You know, even Jesus be like, well, damn, you got to talk about Love and Marriage DC on Big Sunday.
No, that's not me. I'm against that.
Right, Monique? I bet you now he ain't got no problem with it. Be like, yo, this gonna make money. This gonna make money. He understand now. Like, now do you get it? Like, girl, let me set up the camera. What you need me to do? You need water while you don't want to be talking to people. Your voice hoarse. You pass some water. You thirsty? Don't be thirsty up there showing the people. Don't make these people think we don't got good water up in this house.
You're crazy. Oh my gosh. But we shall be reviewing Dubai.
Child, let me tell you. Yeah, right, Demeter. He production. You need a fin? You need a fin? You be like, Ma, we gotta brainstorm some new ideas for the channel. Get Kamisha on the phone. We gotta brainstorm now. We gotta get it together. We gotta Let me tell you what I fear for Dubai.
Dubai, when we say Dubai,
I feel like these people, like,
Real Housewives of Dubai, and you have to remember that one. Okay, so there are different black girls over there, but there's one who's from Africa.
Let me tell you this. I feel like they're all gonna make me feel so poor.
That
when
one.
I think of Dubai,
you are.
I think
Definitely. Definitely.
Yo, I love them, Demeter. I love them.
Listen, Demeter. Listen, my husband. There are 3 of them. He's a middle child. I'm the only one who's married. The 2 other guys are not married.
So wait, you got all of the
I do not have
any
sister. Is what I'm saying. No sister here filling my glass. Listen, it's me going over there, getting my vodka and putting some orange juice over here. Don't get it twisted.
Make your first 100,000. I bet you he'd be like, well, what else we gonna do? What you got to do now, Ma?
That part.
You gonna be trying to spend family time. He gonna be like, yo, you gotta go live. Y'all gonna be watching the news. He gonna be like, yo, you need to go live about this while it's hot. While it's hot, if you don't go live now, somebody else is gonna get the. You gotta go live. You see this, Mud? You watching the news too? What are you doing? Watching the news? He be like, yo, why are you still sitting here? You need to be on your laptop figuring out your opinion on these hot topics that's coming up.
That's true.
Like, so Ma, you gonna be reviewing Dubai or not?
Oh my gosh. Let me catch my breath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know how going down over there, down to Buffalo.
Yes, we shall be reviewing Dubai.
Yo, we know what it is.
Lord,
I think she's slick. By this point, Ma ain't even having fun no more. But he like what you call Ike Turner. Yo, 5. You wanted 5. You told the people like we were supposed to be live at 9 o'clock. He looking at you at 9:05. How come you and Goody ain't live yet? 9 o'clock. Demeter want to know if he watches the shows with you.
No, he doesn't like the shows. He hates them.
What does he like?
Rugby.
Yo, Demeter, your brother-in-law into rugby? Because we gotta get Mr. Mod on the show so that Mod can feel away. He'd be like,
rugby. That's all he watches. Rugby.
Wait, we gotta get him to be one of the fourth quarter boys.
He hates. Listen, when I was telling you guys, when I was Dina was talking to me about watching this Paul. So I'm already feeling guilty. My husband makes me feel even more guilty. Like, are you what? What are you watching? The Bible teaches us to be more.
What? You of the world? You're reporting on the world, G, of the world. Right out here of the world. And the man trying to bring good Bible study up in the house, and he trying to lead y'all in the right way, like Jesus. And what you doing? Here you are talking about Monique and her foul mouth.
That he has no problem with. The things that he has a problem, I kind of feel guilty, bad boys, Zeus situations over there.
No, Zeus. I have not watched an episode of anything on Zeus.
Makes me feel so and he's like, we've been called.
Look, man,
to be
Zeus made me feel like I'm better than I'm above that. Until like Dina be doing her reviews, I'd be like, well, maybe I need to go down to the Zeus and see what's going on. But other than that, I'd be like, I don't watch World Star and I don't watch Zeus.
Listen, no, I'm not doing those things.
Makes me feel real classy.
I'm not doing Zeus. I'm not doing any Zeus. If Nene Leaks come to Zeus, then I can watch Zeus. But no, I'm not doing Bad Boys. I'm not doing this Jocelyn shit.
Rugby ain't football. Rugby ain't football, Demeter.
Rugby.
You got no other? You don't like soccer?
Listen, there is no fourth quarter in rugby.
No. Her brother-in-law has a show called Fourth Quarter.
Oh yeah, watch that.
I was trying to get Mr. Mod on Fourth Quarter. He ain't even got to tell us his real name or go on camera. We could just call him Mr. Mod.
Yeah, you met him though.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The world needs to meet him. But y'all don't do no show together though, because them YouTube relationships be ending.
Girl. That's true. It'd be like,
you watch Ladies Who List, right?
Yes.
With Robin and them?
This is what I'm saying.
Did you see that? You remember the influencer couple that she sold the house to?
Yes.
Did you see that they broke up and that man ain't put not a cent towards that house?
I know. Girl.
And she wrote that $200,000 or something check. And he was signing his name to the paper, pretending to be. Yeah, we need Kamisha to interview him.
He can never.
I mean, if you want to hide from the public and go to his day job.
So they never bought that house?
No, she brought the house. They didn't buy the house together. She paid for everything. That's a whole different discussion. I'm gonna send you some things, and if you want to discuss it, we could discuss it. Demeter, I think that would be a great discussion. That's a discussion.
Which one?
What it was called? I think it's Mozzie, and I forget her name. But
yeah, I saw that. I saw it.
He don't lock to out of the YouTube channel. He locked out of they monetized channel. He locked her out. He changed everything. He said it's his channel now. She had to start a new channel.
Girl.
And he ain't had no money, and he wasn't being a good co-parent to his other co-parents, of which he has 3. I think he got like 4 children. One of them he found out about while they was together. All kind of foolishness. And when you hear this man talk, he sound like he can't rub 2 sentences together to save his life. Lord. The things we be going through. I'd rather be by myself.
That part.
Than pretending that my man.
It's what I keep saying. Why do people, when I came to this country and everybody was talking about, I'm only going to stay in this relationship because sex is good. And to me, I'm thinking, are you kidding me? There's more to life. Why? Why do you have to settle just because somebody is good in bed?
Good in bed or for
up
money.
Until this point, I am a mother. I've been married our anniversary is coming up on Sunday.
Wait, how long you been married, Maud?
14 years.
Put some respect on Tisha Marceau, okay? 14 years.
14 years. And you know what he did? We got married on his birthday so that he's smart like that. So that he never, we don't have to forget celebrating his birthday every year because it's the day we got married.
I'd be like, nah, that seemed like your birthday, beloved. I'm not doing it today. This is why I'm single, though. I'm not doing it today. We gonna have to get married next week on the same time. Same back channel. But I'm not marrying you today because I want my gift without giving you a gift. Or I want, like, now, wait, you got to give him 2 gifts?
No, hell no. He gives me a gift for
but it's his birthday.
For listen, for putting up on
why you not thugging like that? That's how you stay married. I'd be thugging like that. That's why I ain't married.
I don't give anybody, I cannot give my husband a gift because of staying married. He's supposed to be giving me something for staying married to his ass. Are you kidding? Why
would Maud, you're not doing Love and Marriage DC on Sunday, right?
Well, you know I am. I actually wanted to talk to Monique about her trip to Kenya. I don't care about Love and Marriage DC. I just want to know how her experience was.
Have you reached out?
I did. I reached out. I told Ashley, please, can you get in touch with her? Let her know that, you know, we are over here. We are Kenyan over here. All right. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so did we do everything we need to do for these people who ain't really matching nobody?
Nobody. They're not matching anybody. Like,
they ain't matching nobody, and they're not getting along. Huh?
They're just making money. They're just making money.
Let's make this money. Who ready to start Love Match? Because I know it's success defined by doing it correctly.
Goody and myself, we shall be hooking you up, okay? Listen, even for me, I have all these Africans over here who are single. So if you really need to be matched and you don't care about the melanin, I can take you over to Africa.
What do you mean you don't care about the melanin? I'm trying to get darker.
There you go. There you go. Child. So me and Goody, we're gonna have to set about, you know, Love and Match Africa kind of a situation.
Child.
Something.
Yeah, you should do that on your channel. You should line the fellas up.
Are you backing out? Are you bailing me out on this one?
Like, no, you the one with you the plug. I don't know any of these dudes. All the dudes I know hate me.
Yo, listen, tomorrow, Goody and myself, we shall be reviewing Real Housewives of Dubai. It is premiering,
when
right?
Does it show? It premieres tomorrow?
Tonight? Yes,
on
Bravo.
Oh, okay.
So we shall be talking about, listen, Goody and myself, we have a whole lot to talk about.
What time is premiering? Now?
Yes, it's already out. No, now it started at 9.
Okay.
So it's going on right now.
We'll be back talking about Dubai.
We shall be back, y'all. Come to New I can go to New York. I can be in the city anytime. I show up over there.
All we gonna do to meet is laugh at men. Be like, yo, my girl like you. No, I don't. And then laugh. Laugh crazy. Because I promise you, if me tilting my head and hi, what you like? I like what you like. If that's how I gotta meet a man, not going. We gonna be in the restaurant like, no, we can make it happen during this hoochie daddy season, so we could just stand on the corner and be like, hey yo, dark skin, you with the legs. What's up, fam? I could tell it's Jim Dale. You did legs day? No, you look like a brother who be working out your legs. What? Daddy season.
Lord Jesus, help us all.
Yeah, help us all. Do you require anything else of me, Mod? Except for me to go watch this thing?
No, I need you to show up tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Okido. Okido.
We shall be reviewing Real Housewives of Dubai tomorrow. Okay. The cat is calling.
Yeah, I'm Sup, cat calling is when you just stand on the corner like a construction worker and just be like, "Hey yo, what's up?" Like skin. Like
you know what? Like I said, I'll be celebrating my marriage. 14 years of marriage next Sunday. I cannot be reviewing a show with Goody, who is single over here. I have to hook her up with some Kenyan dude over. I have many. Okay. I'm hooking her up with a Kenyan dude.
Monique, you gonna come on Love and Marriage Kenya
tomorrow? Yes, Monique. Thank you for being
you
here.
Come and do Love and Marriage. We gonna have Ma. You should totally set up a show. So the nice African men have to put on their hoochie daddy shorts.
They're good.
And show off their legs, but they gotta put on lotion and show off their legs.
What do you mean lotion? We always put lotion. What are you talking about?
Okay, I gotta be on that shea butter.
Child.
I am done. You see, you got me to. I'm sleepy. I'm about to start talking all the foolishness, and I've already started. I started.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. We shall see you again tomorrow. We are reviewing Real Housewives of Dubai. Listen, there's so many of them. There's a girl over there who is from Africa for sure. Okay.
What part of
and
Africa?
I'm gonna be talking about the two of us. We have so much to talk about. You have to about human rights. Many Kenyans have gone to Dubai. They have been. Listen, we're gonna have a full show tomorrow. Bring your drink. If you don't have a drink, don't come over here.
I was gonna have a drink today, and then I was like, nah, I'm foolish sober.
I'm not. You go ahead and bring your drink.
Nah, I seen you lit. Girl, off the ripple. I've seen you on the ripple.
We do that over here all the time, every day, every time. Don't get it twisted. We remain undisputed panel. Goody and myself.
You gotta say bye in Swahili.
Listen, sisi
say bye to
wawili. Sisi wawili, usicheze na sisi. Sisi listen. Don't get it twisted. Usicheze na sisi. Mimi na Goody tunafanya kazi yetu hapa kwa these social media streets. Okay? Enda usubscribe. Enda uambie rafiki kwamba kuna mtu Mkenya, kuna mtu Mwafrika hapa mwenye anaongea mambo about all the shows, African all shows, reality TV. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Kwa sababu sisi, we remain undisputed panel.
Okay. All of that.
She never understood what I said. All I said is what?
It's all right. It was dope. We lit. She was like, we lit, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm out because I'm
Asante meaning thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank you for being here. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Goody is leaving.
I'm out.
Goody is out. Appreciate everybody for showing up. You know what I mean. I remain undisputed African queen. Do not get it twisted. Okay. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time. I remain undisputed African queen. Don't get it twisted. All right. See you tomorrow, same time. No, sir, not same time. We're going to be reviewing Dubai around 7. I would say 7:30 because I get home at 7. All right. Thank you, Damita. Thank you, Monique. Monique, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Good night, everybody. Bring a drink tomorrow. Don't come here when you're not sober. We don't do soberness over here. Bring a drink. Okay. Bye, everybody. Good night, everybody.